You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all your wrestling info, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or fan us on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Jordan Landry, and Tyler Abear.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Jordan Landry.
And I'm Tyler Abear.
We welcome you to the official podcast for Wrestling News Source. For all your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook by also searching WrestlingNewsSource.com. Or to find us, you can go to WNS Podcast. Also find us on YouTube by searching WNS Video. Search us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source. Guys.
Main page on Twitter, Wrestling News HQ, and Tyler.
And for us, blah, 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 blah.
At WNS Podcast, you twit.
I really like blah, blah, blah better.
At blah, 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 blah.
See, people are going to look that up.
A few Twitter fans go and try and find us, and they type in, at blah, 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 blah. Nothing's going to freaking come up.
I don't know. It might.
Might.
Something's going to come up.
I'm going to make a page.
Can you have that many characters? Blah, 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 blah. Five times? Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, we totally got it. So welcome to episode 22. Finally got all three of us back together again.
No kidding.
So welcome back, Jordan.
You know what it is, right?
How have you been?
It's Return of the Mac.
Return of the Jordan.
I was going to say it was the Revenge of the Fifth.
Millions got a refund.
Damn tax rebates, man. It just drained the millions.
So definitely welcome back, Jordan. We certainly did miss you.
No, but to explain where I've been, the last 6 months or so, my grandmother's been in steadily declining health. So I've been, everything's fine now. Everything's doing fine. It's just been really difficult to be able to get away and try and take care of my mom and my grandmother and, kind of be away. So it's just, things are starting to go good. Just a lot of life changes lately. Just essentially going through an identity crisis, but I think I'm pretty well back on track, and I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing!
Are you aware that you are the Millions now?
I am aware I was the Millions. I got confused. I thought I was the one for a little while.
I forgot which one of the Millions you were.
No, I thought it was just the one. I really thought I was in the Matrix there for a little while.
Okay.
But
well,
now I'm the Millions, and yeah.
Well, hopefully
schizophrenia is a bitch.
Hopefully everything's back to normal. Welcome back, Jordan.
As normal as it can be for the Millions.
Yeah, I'm sure someone out there in our fan base missed you. So,
I don't know. I didn't hear a damn word about last week.
Well, maybe the two-man group.
Yeah. Richard didn't talk to you?
Sticking around. So, kicking things off, we're going to cover TNA news.
Woo!
I know that's Jordan's.
Tits and ass.
Well, it's not TNA, sir.
Stop action.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
No
Man, I keep
TNA.
forgetting to
It's not
do
TNA.
that. Impact Wrestling. Excuse me. At
Have
least
they switched the company to Impact now, or is it the company still TNA?
No, it's Impact Wrestling, but they're not going to say, hey, you can't say TNA anymore. But, they're...
Because I thought what they had done was just change the name of the show.
They changed
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, they changed the name. They changed the color scheme.
Yep.
So, it looks good.
Yeah, it's a change.
I like the changes for it, but
anyway,
I'm still going to call it TNA.
I'm blue
until I get used to it.
I'm still going to call it what else. I'm still going to call it what else is on.
Yeah, like, hey, wasn't Superstar supposed to be on before this? No, it's not. But top stories. A couple of the wrestlers from TNA or Impact Wrestling, whatever you want to call it, they are gone. First off would be Mick Foley. He has officially announced that he is done with TNA.
He was. It was reported that he was frustrated with TNA. They didn't. What was it? Not like announce some of the charities he was doing and stuff like that.
I mean, even WWE,
Vince
McMahon even announced some of that.
His book, Countdown to Lockdown.
Yeah,
and they posted it on WWE website.
Mm-hmm.
TNA didn't even do that.
You gotta support your guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're obviously they're going to leave. So that's something that you definitely have to do. Hopefully, do you guys see Mick Foley going back to the WWE?
Probably not.
It's a possibility.
I think maybe 6 months down the road or so, we'll see him on there. A lot of people have been hyping, make him the anonymous general manager. But to me, that wouldn't work because everyone knows.
Been done.
Everyone's already known that he's been at TNA the whole time. You can't play it off like, I don't know where he's been this whole time.
Well, they could, but everyone would know that it wasn't. It's like, hey, we're just going to put you in this role now.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it, if they're going to do that, because let's be honest, the anonymous GM, the anonymous general manager thing, it's getting old. Everyone wants to know who it is. Just
they
get it
most
over
likely
with.
don't have any.
No matter it's no matter who they pick, it's going to be a bad choice. So what they need to do is
Just do it.
Well, no. Here's how they get out of doing that. What they need to do is say the anonymous general manager no longer feels that he is up to the responsibilities of being a GM. So therefore, he has appointed a new GM. And that's when you bring in possible Mick Foley, possible whoever, insert name here.
Yeah.
You know, that to me would be the easiest way. But people would still say, oh, I wonder if this is their way of saying that was the GM, the anonymous GM or something like that. But, because I still think that no matter who they pick to be the anonymous GM, it's going to be a bad choice.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is going to be like, oh, it should have been this person, or it should have been this person.
Gilbert.
What?
Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
So maybe later down the road, Mick Foley shows up in WWE, gets inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, and
Here's freaking hoping.
goes on from there. Another wrestler that is done with the company, Tommy Dreamer. He is finishing up his last tour with the company and moving on, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was on Twitter. He posted that he's trying to hype up, come to these shows because of my last 2 shows. You'll see me for TNA.
Do you think he's going to be completely done with wrestling, or do you think he's just done with TNA?
Done with TNA.
Okay.
Depends on what state his body's in.
Yeah, I know he's been messaging or putting on his Twitter account and stuff like that he really enjoys spending the time with his family, his daughters, and stuff like that. So maybe he'll take a little bit of time off, and if an offer comes up that he enjoys,
make some appearances here and there.
Yeah,
in organizations.
He could do that. So that could be a high point for him, I guess. So best of luck to both of those gentlemen and their foreseeable future.
Future endeavors.
Yeah, our future.
However, TNA writes
endeavors.
their.
Well, they weren't fired. They just left. So or they are leaving. So yeah, but still, best of luck to them. For those fans in Texas, we have a little bit of Texas news for Impact Wrestling / TNA. Coming to Tyler, not our Tyler, the city. I'm sorry.
Sorry, they're coming to my house.
We'll have to go to them.
They're coming to you.
One night in Tyler.
Coming on you. Oh my God.
Tyler's going to have the train run on.
Oh, God.
The train.
But coming to Tyler, I'm not sure on the date on that one. It's either going to be the 20th of July or the 17th. I didn't look. I'm sorry, folks near Tyler. I just don't care about you. Tyler, Austin, and Houston. In Austin, it's going to be July 18th, and Houston, it's going to be July 19th.
Hey, I think I know when Tyler's going to be.
What's that?
Either July 17th or July 20th.
Oh, awesome. Sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Sweet. Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. So, if you haven't been to one of these shows, definitely go and check it out.
It's well worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have tickets. The tickets range up to $50, I believe, and they also have special deals for it. If you buy the $50 ticket, you get to go into the building
early,
an hour and a half
and meet and greet with pretty much all the superstars.
Yeah,
and stuff.
just about.
Well, they had they go around the ring, how it was set up in Beaumont, where they came out the entrance, and they had a little barricade around the ring, and you go over there and you get them autographs and stuff. Kurt Angle was at a table by himself and stuff, and Jeff Jarrett, but it was cool to meet all the stars like AJ Anderson, Beer Money, Desmond Wolfe. It was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a very fun experience, and at the live shows they really go all out. They're not gonna cheap you your money, so you're definitely gonna be entertained, and they have a way of getting you to make noise, be a little louder than you normally would be at some of the events and stuff like that. So it's real fun. You get real involved, and they put on some really solid matches, which is surprising for TNA because their history of ending matches pretty poorly. But
I was glad to see live Beer Money versus the Motor City Machine Guns. It was pretty awesome.
Absolutely. For those of you who are interested, go and check out our photo albums of people that we've met, and you can see some of the Impact, TNA, whatever wrestling stars that we've met. You got to take a picture with some of the knockouts there as well. If if they're there, you can get autographs. When we went, they had a special deal for like $20. You can get in the ring. And at the time, Rob Van Dam was the champion, and you could take a picture with him and hold the belt.
And also, what was neat at the booth with the merchandise, Don West was there, and like you can like stand like right next to him. He's like just like right there. He has that voice which you hear on TV. Come on down,
Don West.
It was just pretty neat to see and be there. So.
Oh, by the way, guys, I broke down and got another brown bag special.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty good deal for $20. So.
Yeah.
So for those of you who want to catch up on some TNA, just check that out. Impact.
God, Daniel, make an impact.
I'm sorry.
Football.
Hug it, chug it,
Football all night.
Anywho, going on what happened on last week's Impact. The highlights that I wanted to talk about. We're not going to cover the entire show, but Kazarian and Brian Kendrick. They had
L.
Yes, Brian Kendrick. They
For
were
our Spanish demographic.
Yeah, they were given a 10-minute time limit, and I have two little issues with that. One, well, not like bad issues. One, it's good to see that they finally put matches with time limits on again. Because you rarely see that anymore.
Yeah.
Like in the WWE, they just say, "Oh, the following contest is scheduled for one bout," but they don't have a time limit anymore.
Yeah.
Like someone will say, "With a 20-minute time limit." That's what they used to do. Back in the 90s and stuff like that.
WCW.
Yeah, and I really liked that. I thought that was really cool that they did that. However, 10 minutes, not enough, but they made the best. That was like the best 10 minutes on that show because it was 10 minutes of solid wrestling. It was a really good match. It ended in a draw, and then they came up saying, "Oh, Eric Bischoff has decided to give them 5 more minutes," in which case the show just ended, the match ended horribly as Abyss came out and attacked them both, and like there was no disqualification, there was no winner. It just kind of
Bischoff
ended.
makes the rules.
It was just stupid because like they put on
Wrestling matters.
They put on a really great match and then they add 5 minutes of it and just turn it to poo. Like it was just.
Wrestling matters.
They should interview me and
like
ask me why wrestling matters.
Tyler, why does wrestling matter to you?
Cause.
All right. Jordan, why does wrestling matter to you?
Spaghetti time.
Spaghetti time.
See, we have good reasons.
Brendan. Anywho.
Brendan.
Another.
Because I hate Eric Bischoff.
Another topic that happened was Mr. Anderson continuing his earlier days Sting gimmick, which I think is really cool because Anderson pulls off Sting in that era very well. And he ended up losing in a match to Eric Not So Great Muta Young.
You know what this one reminds me of? It's not exactly like it, but you remember in WWE when he had his feud with Shawn Michaels and, he tried to bring stuff from Shawn Michaels' past, just like Marty Jannetty. He kind of did the same thing, the week before with Disco Inferno. That's what kind of reminded me of it.
I miss Disco Inferno. He was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, he was there the week before. But yeah,
so
Eric Young, dude, just pure entertainment. Like,
yeah,
there's a point where you're like, wow, this gimmick's getting old. But Eric Young just like he's done that gimmick for a very long time.
Oh yeah,
he still pulls it off and still makes you laugh. So
if people remember this, don't fire Eric.
Yeah.
People remember that.
Yeah, let's not do that. So moving on from there, we go on to SmackDown, where last week Christian had sort of a heel turn.
Yes, he did.
Giving a nice little belt headshot to Randy Orton after the match.
With one.
It reminded me of Mountaintop.
Headshot, too.
Mountaintop. Go! So,
stupid loose.
Gonna get stupid loose.
So it appears Christian has turned heel. This episode's coming to you a little bit late, and we already have I've read the spoilers for SmackDown.
Did they have full spoilers up? Because when I saw it earlier, it was just matches.
They did, but I'm not going to go into it.
Okay, yeah, I want to know. I just want to know because I want to go look at it.
Yeah, don't go
myself.
into it, Brendan.
Yeah, they have them. Also,
and you're going to have to explain this next tidbit of news to me.
Yeah, no problem. The WWE official is apparently upset with Sin Cara.
Oh man.
Apparently his matches are just botch filled. That's
what happens when you turn the freaking lights down. The damn dude can't see in the freaking ring.
Absolutely.
Also, they just brought him in. I mean, they put him on the main roster. They didn't bring him to FCW to get used to the WWE style and all that stuff. So they're gonna have
like of course he's switching from AAA to
Alberto Del Rio was in developmental for a year before he got on the main roster. They could have done that to Sin Cara.
I mean,
I guess they wanted to try and get the best with how much time they had.
Well, I mean, throw him back. I mean, take him off TV for a couple weeks, put him in a training ring with a couple of the guys that are there, and just have them show him the ropes of what's going on, and have them do the same thing with this new guy that's coming in. I forget his name. Averno, yes.
Yeah.
If I'm saying that right.
Also check out the article by Justin Henry on WrestlingNewsSource.com saying that shameless plug, but that's shameful.
Sorry.
Well, it's a shameless thing.
So it's shameful.
Shameless thing, Lobsterhead.
I'm shameless. But anyways, Justin Henry wrote a nice article as to why you shouldn't be mad at Sin Cara. You should be mad at WWE because it's like they put him against Chavo, they put him against Primo. Who else? Can really adapt to that style of wrestling.
They already did it, but Daniel Bryan. But
yeah, Daniel Bryan. But it's like how many people can they really put him with? Go check out that article. It's a really good read. I enjoyed it. So good job, Justin.
Good job, sir. Good job.
But maybe we'll see what's going on next for Sin Cara. Moving on into superstars, we're gonna discuss the topic of Tyson Kidd. Because for weeks now, he's come out with a different manager pretty much every week. He had Dean Malenko.
Really?
Yeah, Dean Malenko came out for 1 week. Armando Alejandro Estrada came out. Last week was Matt Stryker. And I already saw the...
I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry. And it seems like Vicky Guerrero is going to be on. It
was reported, weren't they going to do Michael Hayes? Or did they do Michael Hayes?
He was the first. It was Michael Hayes first.
I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, it was Michael Hayes, then Dean Malenko.
Bring back Dean Malenko.
And then Armando, then Matt Stryker.
Really?
And supposedly Vicky Guerrero is going to be next.
Really, if they're going to give him a manager, give him someone like Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
Give him someone that knows the business in and out, that, the fans respect. And he'll be, instead of making him a name as, a little punk-ass heel, make him a respectable person in the world of wrestling instead of that jackass who needs to shave the, 2 inches of hair on his head.
Just get rid of it, dude. That's all I'm trying to say. But,
I'll call him a wrestler the day he shaves that crap off his head.
But then he wouldn't be wrestling in the WWE. He would be a sports entertainer. just saying, just throwing that out there. But speaking of Vicky Guerrero, I'm not sure how your guys, how y'all's eyes are holding up. But Vicky Guerrero in a bikini shoot.
Have you seen the pictures? I
did see the picture.
She actually looks really, really well
she's lost the weight.
Jordan,
872 pounds.
Say, Jordan.
That was 2.
So were you blinded by the light?
Revved up like a deuce. Revved up like a douche. Another runner in the night.
Oh my! But yeah, she would finally came out with a bikini shoot. The pictures aren't really they're really not that bad. She's lost a lot of weight.
She slimmed down.
Slimmed down.
She looks better than half the divas there.
And the people who like scoff at her and stuff like that, the people who make fun of her for stuff like that, the only thing I have to say to them: have 3 kids first. And then try and look like that, because you got to give them credit.
I have some friends that have had 1 kid and look 6 times worse than Vicky Guerrero.
But she had the bikini shoot.
Exit wounds.
She had the bikini shoot in order to get ready for SummerSlam, because she says she wants to look good for it. So definitely best of luck to her.
Look at my SummerSlam gear on tonight, guys. What do you think?
You look like you stepped
off
the boat.
I look like Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Hey, did you get back from Florida?
Cuba. I had to go see Alien. It's a long story.
Oh, okay.
How is he?
Good. Actually got detained. Guantanamo.
Oh.
Thought they closed it, but apparently Castro reopened it. But we won't get into that.
Were you happy for a sandwich? Anywho. Speaking of Guantanamo, let's discuss Raw. Moving straight into Raw. It kicked off with the Tough Enough
Monday
finale.
Night Raw, the only thing close enough that's legal to waterboarding.
Anywho. Well, no, that'd probably be Impact, but or NXT. We're not even going to cover NXT. It was so horrible.
You realize we covered superstars more tonight than WWE has in the last 6 years?
Absolutely. But Raw kicking off with the Tough Enough finale, and they made the smart decision by giving Stone Cold Steve Austin the mic.
Yay!
So needless
Someone told
to
him
say,
to.
Yeah.
So he told them to.
Yeah. So needless to say, the censors were on hand, and he did drop a few words on there that
I
he
remember a
shouldn't-
distinct 3 seconds where there was no airtime. We're just-
Yeah. He did drop a BS on him when he was talking to Vince McMahon.
Just started
What-
off, you dumb.
What cracked me up is right whenever Vince McMahon was coming out of the limo, and you can hear Stone Cold on the mic, "Oh, that's just great. I'm trying to have a show, and you just randomly decide to show up." And you see Vince McMahon walking towards the ring, and he's like, "You sorry son of a..." Commercial. They had perfect timing. It was like, "I can't believe you're going to come out here and ruin this show, you sorry son of a..."
Commercial.
Yes. So,
Beautiful.
So anywho, Vince McMahon comes out, shakes their hand or whatever, asks them, what do they think they have? Andy, he seemed a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
He was asked if he was nervous, but he said no. Obviously to sort of play it off.
Silent rage.
Silent rage. Yeah, he was being a little silent though.
Rage.
Always think about Primal Rage.
Primal
for Super
Rage.
Nintendo.
Very nice. There you go.
Rage.
But anyways, moving on from that, Andy is your winner from Tough Enough. So big congratulations.
Congratulations,
to Silent
sir.
Raw. Yay!
Hey! Well played, Andy. Well played, Andy. Well played.
Mouse. Anywho, the question it poses now: does he go straight into Raw, or does he go to FCW for developmental?
Well, the thing is he's been in the indies before, so it's not like he necessarily needs the training,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just dependent. Well, I have a show go on for the last, 2 months,
Yeah.
and, have the guy on FCW for a year when he's supposedly been training and learning his way
Well-
through the WWE.
It
Yeah.
could be different, but the last, a couple of Tough Enoughs they had, they went to FCW.
Yeah,
Or,
we'll
I mean,
see
well,
how
not
that
FCW
works.
at the time. It was OVW, but whatever.
I think maybe have him on Raw just maybe for a couple of weeks.
See how he does.
Well, yeah, see how he does. Strike while the iron is hot because he's fresh on the fans' mind. So
Well, he
have
still
him in
has
a
to
couple
develop
of
his
match,
character.
Yeah, develop his character a little bit. If he doesn't go over that well,
Bring
like
him-
the fans don't get big behind him, send
Drop
him
him back to FCW
Yeah.
and repackage him.
Yeah, there you go. Just have him,
said repackage.
hone his skills.
Yes,
with
I
his own
did say
things.
package, Tyler.
But the one thing that they should not do, put him on NXT.
One thing they shouldn't do with anybody they want in their company.
If you win
Put
this
him on
season, you get to
NXT.
be on next season.
Yes. If you win this season, we'll give you your own article on WWE.com.
No, the winner of this season's NXT is you get to pick your pro for next season of NXT.
Then what the f is the point of winning?
So you can be
To
on
get
next.
to the next
So you
season.
can-
You
You
don't.
You don't win. You can't win. Stop trying to be on NXT, you morons. You can't freaking win.
Are you going to be
That'll
on the next
learn ya.
season of NXT, Jordan?
Yes, because I am the only man that can win. Because there's millions of me.
I only see one.
You just got learned.
It just got learned millions of times.
Anywho's interesting. One thing that cracked me up as Raw was continuing is the truth.
We'll
Oh,
set you
set you
free.
One thing we didn't cover about, speaking of Tough Enough,
Enough.
our guests for next week's show.
That's right. Next week we will be having Ryan Howe. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Next week
Skid
on our
marks.
show, we're gonna have Ryan Howe. Some might know him as Skid Marks from Tough Enough. He will
So-
be joining us on the
Yes,
show.
sir.
Go over to WNS Podcast on Facebook and get your questions in now. We already have quite a few of them lining up, but let's actually make them questions,
Oh, yes.
not just statements like, "Oh, he was good," or something like that. Like.
Yeah,
No,
give some
it's
good
not a
questions.
What's your question, sir? You're a nice lady.
You have long hair. But yeah, he will be joining us on the show next week. Assuming everything goes to plan.
So look forward to that.
And I apologize for cutting you off. Return to the insane R-Truth.
Yes, this truth has set us free apparently.
And little
bad
Jimmy.
ratings.
And oh my gosh, dude, the little Jimmy come marching in.
Hoorah! Hoorah!
Keep going.
No.
Oh, okay.
You keep going.
Little Jimmy, but our truth
Someone
Coming
get that,
out.
some music.
Yeah, someone please get him some music. And
Someone get this man some music. Done.
there we go. Falling further and further away from his mind. And
Hey, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this
the
character.
Script.
yeah, I mean, it's nothing but hilarity. I mean, you
Is
can't
this
help
mine
but
a
laugh
conspiracy?
just because it's so odd.
Conspiracy.
That's right.
No, I'm really enjoying this character. I really am.
Yeah, I'm definitely digging the character that he's playing now. I hope, he came out, he apologized. He's gonna have his title shot against John Cena. And so next week we'll be doing our capital punishment predictions as far as that. Another match that happened, or something that they're continuing that I'm enjoying, is Dolph Ziggler scouting Kofi Kingston in his match against none other than the Internet Champion himself, Zack Ryder.
Woo!
Long Island IZ.
You know it.
The Long Island Ice Z, who happens to be my friend Mallory's favorite wrestler. Long Island Ice Z.
Very nice. So it was good to see Zack Ryder finally on Raw. Maybe we'll start seeing him a little bit more. Who knows? But, he was out there facing Kofi Kingston while Dolph Ziggler
is promoting the heck out of him.
Yeah.
The best, or the most popular in YouTube history.
Yep. And also tweeting away while on the commentary. Yes. And that was really funny because, he would say send. You go to his Twitter account and there, sure enough, it was.
Send.
Yeah.
Mouse.
Mouse. Cross my palms with tuna.
We're being goofy tonight.
But every night.
I really hope our listeners get some of these inside jokes. But
people talk about, we want all three of them there. This is the crap that happens when you have all three of them there.
When Jordan is away for 2 weeks, this is what you get. But what do you guys see with Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston? You think they're going to be having a match at Capital Punishment? Or?
I see Ziggler winning the U.S. title and losing it to Zack Ryder.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That'd be fantastic.
He would be the Internet and U.S. champion.
No, that would mean he's only the Internet champion of the United States. Continental U.S.
Oh, man.
At that.
Yeah.
Didn't even get Hawaii and Alaska.
Oh, that's a bummer, dude.
Right?
I've been to Alaska. It's quite nice.
But he does get parts of Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Which I've seen this time of year.
Yeah, you just recently got back. How is it, by the way?
It's fantastic.
All right. So moving on, we got to see CM Punk lose to Rey Mysterio. And it was really interesting because he cut a promo right before the match saying, "Oh, it's been so long since I've lost to Rey Mysterio. He hasn't beaten me in a long time. But if you do, if you happen to watch Raw, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
If you happen to watch Raw 3 weeks ago, you clearly saw Rey Mysterio pinning CM Punk.
In a tag team match.
It wasn't a tag team match. However, it's still a loss.
It does count as a loss on the part of CM Punk to Rey Mysterio, but not just Rey Mysterio, because he had the awesome botching powers of John Cena and Rey Mysterio's corner.
Just saying. It was just an interesting little comment that they made when it happened
John Cena and Rey Mysterio on the same team. That was so much botch that the ring couldn't handle it.
And something that I found very interesting about Raw is that for the second time in 3 weeks, I think, that the referee was a special guest referee and he interfered in the match. Bret Hart putting CM Punk in the sharpshooter, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin attacking the Miz or whoever it was, R-Truth. Miz and R-Truth. That was just
stupidity.
That was just really interesting, and I found it funny that it wasn't until this week that they reversed the call, which brings up another interesting point. The last 2 times that Stone Cold Steve Austin has been a special guest referee, he's interfered in the match.
And the call has been reversed.
And the call has been reversed this past week and at WrestleMania. So, very, very interesting.
Could allude to who the GM is. And some sort of possibility.
You never know.
Who hated Stone Cold? Everyone.
But something I thought was kind of funny was the GM chime going off while Vince McMahon was in the ring. Michael Cole got up and he got out there. Michael Cole, shut up! So that was definitely quite humorous.
Just read the email, you idiot!
Of course you have an email. You idiot, just read it. Moving on, we got to see some Divas action. Beth Phoenix and Kelly Kelly versus the Bellas. So that was kind of fun. It's good to see Beth Phoenix in the ring.
So which one's the champion again? The one that was in the purple?
Yeah. No, the one with the dark hair.
Yeah, it's
Dark
the one
hair.
with the dark hair.
It's
it's the one with boobs,
It's
right?
the one that looks like her sister.
The one that's a woman.
That's right. Daniel explained it
That's
best. The
right.
one that looks like her sister.
that Bella.
Pat Bell.
What about the one that's a woman?
Who's that
The one-
lady?
Who's that lady? Sexy lady.
Anywho, Beth Phoenix ended up getting the win on that one.
Always.
So, yeah.
Here's your lady.
Yes. Please and thank you. Anywho, so Beth Phoenix getting the win. Do you think that this is going to start like sort of a Beth Phoenix run for a little bit? Do you think she might?
They did say during the match, if people were listening to
I
commentary,
don't listen to Cole.
it wasn't Cole that said it. I believe it was King that said that. As of the last couple weeks, Beth Phoenix has been walking around talking about how the Bella Brie it's Brie that's champion, right?
I think so.
How she's a terrible champion and she cheats to win and she can't win a match without the help of her sister. So I think they're starting to allude to now that Karma's not around anymore. I really do think what they were originally going into was exactly what I said, having Beth Phoenix win the Divas title and have it go all the way up and into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
With Karma facing Beth Phoenix for the title.
Yeah.
But I think they may have, with Karma being gone, they've most likely abandoned that idea and left it with Beth Phoenix winning the title eventually.
I think that'd be pretty good.
So yeah, moving on. You know, there's something I noticed at the end when Stone Cold and John Cena were celebrating. John Cena was had some beers.
Don't complain about the good stuff, Tyler.
No.
They're actually listening.
Yeah, but the kids. He's a role model to the kids. Drink some beer, kids.
When have you ever given a crap about the kids?
It's all about the kids.
It's all for the kids.
It's all for the kids.
It's never been for the kids.
It has
Happy
been
boys.
F the kids!
PG, man. PG.
No!
No.
The kids, it's for the band.
The maple kind.
For the band.
For the band.
But no, yeah. So, I want to point that out.
I thought that was kind of interesting too. It's like, is it going to encourage some of the kids to drink and stuff?
Come
like
on,
that?
kids.
Although, you know,
Come on,
I
C
was-
Nation.
I
Drink
was
beer.
a kid watching Stone Cold, saying "Oh hell yeah" and stuff like that. You know, back
Oh, hell yeah.
And we
But
turned
no.
out just fine, damn it.
yeah. Bring me my
But then
Sons
helmet.
of bitches, we turned out great! I don't have anger issues at all.
Any. So yeah, John Cena ended up chugging a beer with Stone Cold, and give us your thoughts on if you think that was a bad influence or it doesn't really matter. Go to our page and let us know what you think about that. And after Raw went off the air, certain websites started reporting about Miz getting injured. They reported that during a dark match against John Cena, he reportedly broke his leg, but those statements ended up being false.
Why start them?
Why not?
Why
To get more hits. It's to get people to go to their website. Oh, check it out. Blah,
Well,
blah,
do it
blah,
about
blah.
somebody that more people don't like John Cena.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to report someone being injured like that. Say, they got the GM suspended them or something like that. Don't
Don't say
go
that
off
they
like
broke
that.
their leg and they're going to be out for
Yeah. It's just you just don't
stupidity.
do that. Try and the internet is filled with enough lies as it is. We don't really need any more. So
Yeah.
I would appreciate that. Try and
You know what else is a lie?
keep it true. Cake?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes,
I got it.
Which is a freaking lie.
And something that I have to question is we haven't seen Alberto Del Rio wrestle he hasn't been in a match in the past few weeks. So my question is, do you think he might be injured?
Maybe mildly.
Because he's come out and he's cut promos on the Big Show. Big Show's obviously gone for injuries, trying to come back and heal up. But why hasn't Del Rio had a match? Do they just not have anything for him right now, or
I hope not.
or do you think like maybe he
Kind of seems like that one.
he was they moved him to Raw and they haven't done anything with him yet.
Yeah, but
Um,
there's a lot. They're trying to work out the bigger storylines first that they already had planned out.
yeah, I guess they're gonna have to. They're sort of just keeping him on the back burner until the R-Truth Cena thing is over, and then they'll push him for
Pull the
for
trigger.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. But going back onto the Miz, For those of you who are interested, I know you can probably download it,
I came to play
at other places. But the Miz's theme music, I Came to Play, is now available on iTunes.
Actually bought the album it came out on, Volume 10, A New Day.
Interesting.
In 09.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
09. What's my...
Oh, my God. Really? Oh.
What's your name?
Mouse.
So if you're interested, you can now purchase it on iTunes. Had an interesting conversation with one of our listeners saying, dude, I got that at a different site. But, just for the option of those who wanted to purchase it on iTunes, it is now available. So
I want A-Rise.
Yeah, dude. It sounds like the song I Need a Hero, but then it sort of switched it up.
Yeah.
I love how it's, A-Rai hasn't had music since he debuted, and now all of a sudden he makes a face turn and he has music. R-Truth has had music the entire time he was a face, makes a heel turn. Fuck, F that motherfucker.
Too late, you already said it.
You're right. Fuck that motherfucker. Done with it.
Now.
We're a one-take podcast crew.
One take. I apologize for my slip up.
I refuse.
But that he turns heel and they take the poor man's music away.
Yep.
Safe.
So, what?
Safe.
Safe? Okay. Yeah, we're good now. So,
I'll be sure to go home and write my lines out. Don't drop the F-bomb on air. Don't drop the F-bomb on air.
before the commercial, we had... what the fuck are you looking at? Sorry, folks. We were watching YouTube videos before we came out here. So,
keep that chicken.
Yeah, keep that chicken.
6 times.
Moving on, we had an interesting poll posted at the beginning of the
you
week.
Said poll.
Yeah, get it up. We had a poll to discuss who is the best commentary duo of all time. And fans are voting right now. Go to our podcast page, WNS Podcast on Facebook. Cast your vote. You can vote for more than one duo if you feel necessary. Currently in the lead, JR, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler.
Of course.
As being the best commentary of all time. Second place, very close second place, I should say, Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Anyway, Tony Schiavone and that warm suit stuffer that was on WCW anywhere on that list?
Yeah, I put him on there.
Okay.
Lury Zbyszko.
Yeah.
And Tony Schiavone.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Mike Tenay.
Yeah.
F Mike Tenay.
Yeah, Mike Tenay was more the luchador specialist whenever
Oh
they
my
brought him
God,
on
it's
there.
Vince Russo.
Holy shit, it's Vince Russo. But go over there, go to our podcast page on Facebook and cast your vote
I let
now.
one F-bomb slip and the filter's just going on everybody.
Just about. Thanks a lot, Jordan.
I'm sorry.
God, ruined the whole show here. You're gonna get us taken off. But released this week, the best of WCW. So speaking of Tony Schiavone and them, so yeah, pretty good transition.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The best of WCW now available on DVD.
Best of
hosted-
WCW Nitro.
And
Nitro,
the host
yes, thank
of
you.
the DVD is Diamond Dallas Page.
None other.
right.
Very good. And so far, a lot of good reviews coming out. So if you're interested, go and pick it up, Best Buy or wherever DVDs are sold.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So go and check that out. Let us know what you think. Give us your comments. We enjoy reading them. Another interesting thing, Tyler, we want to take care of this involving WWE 12.
Yes, earlier today, about a couple hours ago, there was I guess the demo was on the floor of E3, so there were thousands of years ago. But no, they were playing with that game.
Very cool. So if you happen to be in the E3 area, go and check it out.
None of you have read up on it. Like, have either of y'all really read up on all the stats and stuff that as the week's gone on since they released it, since they started releasing news? Have you heard about the new engine that they're using?
I have not.
It's called Apex. Their Apex.
Oh, God, no.
I know. I said the same damn
Predator?
thing, but supposedly.
But supposedly it's going to make it the most realistic moving, realistic looking WWE game ever created. So, which would make sense since it's the freaking newest. Yeah, we'll see about that.
It should be the best since it's the newest.
I hope so.
Just saying.
He's just saying.
Oh, I'm just going to go completely random. I'm just filling for time now, to be honest. But going back to superstars, apparently the Usos are faces now.
Really?
Wow.
I guess.
I didn't realize they were still with the company.
I didn't.
Who was that last year? Who was that last year that we were saying that about? Just like, he was in so and so was apparently was in a match the other night. He's still around JTG.
That's who it was.
That's who it was.
That's right.
That's right.
Where's he been?
He's on Superstars as well.
Okay. Where he belongs.
Oh.
Mouse.
He's been on Superstars and NXT. So, yeah.
Don't tell me he's a pro on NXT.
He is.
He should be a rookie on NXT. That's where his talents would be more usefully used.
But yeah, and apparently he's the Usos are going to be on SmackDown this coming week.
So, oh man,
so
you better set your DVRs for that. You don't want to miss the Usos getting jobbing.
One thing I love about the Usos is that they have the theme music that like one of the commercials that are airing has. It's like the Gillette Pro Glide or something like that, or some sort of commercial.
With Eddie from The Hangover?
Oh yeah, totally. I wish monkeys could Skype. so
Really goofy.
Yeah, now we're just kind of spacing out a little bit. We'll just go ahead straight on into the Q&A. Your questions, our answers. You know you love it, Jordan.
22 episodes later.
Yeah, still doing it. So,
Episode 267, Q&A. Your questions are...
and that was Jordan.
God. And that was Jordan signing off for the last time.
That's right. The first question comes from Charles. He asks, what is the greatest feud that you enjoyed? It can be from WWE and or TNA.
I honestly liked the Goldberg-Kevin Nash feud from WCW. That was actually, I liked the way they did everything. They planned it out well before Starrcade. They brought Scott Hall back after at Starrcade, had the taser, and then you have it go off, and Goldberg, got injured, injured himself.
Ended the streak.
Yep. Kevin Nash ending the streak, and then Goldberg coming back 3 months later, and just, it was great. I thought it was great. It was one of the last really well done feuds that I remember.
Very nice.
I'm going to tweak that question. Not the greatest feud, but it's pretty great. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. When Kurt Angle first went to TNA, Samoa Joe has been undefeated for 2 years, and Kurt Angle comes along and stuff. The episode of Impact, when he came along, this was called the Headbutt Heard Around the World. When he first headbutted Samoa Joe and did the Olympic Slam to him, everyone was like going nuts in the Impact Zone. But like they had their first feud, they had about like the pay-per-view was they had like 3 matches. And Kurt Angle the first match they had on the pay-per-view, he ended Samoa Joe's undefeated streak, but like they put on great matches. If you get a chance to watch it. It's pretty good.
Okay, very good, guys. And
What about you?
mine, I'm probably gonna have to say Rock and Austin.
Oh, yes.
I mean, how can you headline 3 WrestleManias, fans wanting more of it, and not say it was one of the greatest feuds?
I mean, how many years has it been since either of them wrestled, and we still want another Rock Austin match.
Yeah. During Austin's Hall of Fame induction, fans were chanting, Austin, Rock, stuff like that. They're wanting a 4th match and stuff like that. I mean, it just had the emotion built into it. All the go back and watch the promos on YouTube. I mean, goodness, they had the right stuff for it.
One match I actually thinking
they had the attitude.
Not to deviate from the subject, but I talk about WCW a lot. It was the company I started watching.
You're sort of the WCW. Tyler's sort of the TNA and ROH kind of guy.
And you're the WWE guy.
I guess so. I don't know.
That sucks. You got stuck with the worst one, man. I'm sorry. But one match I think I'm actually going to go home and watch online if I can find a good quality copy of it is the Goldberg versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan on Monday Night Nitro where Goldberg won the title.
A very controversial match.
Was it really?
It was, because the night before was the big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Some people were paying money to try and see Goldberg win the title, and he never had a title match. And then on Monday Nitro, the very next night, for free, they had a title match where he won. And so people were like, what are you guys thinking?
I think their thoughts were this. And
I'm Vince Russo.
Well, it's not necessarily that. I honestly think instead of thinking about money like the companies do now, they may have honestly been thinking about the fans. Because, when you charge $45, $50 for a pay-per-view, not everybody's going to be able to spend that every month.
Yeah, but for the people who are paying that kind of money,
yes, that was
want to get their money's worth.
Yes, you're right. But WWE or WCW's thoughts with that were, if we show it on Nitro, our ratings are going to skyrocket for Nitro, and that's going to push the Monday Night Wars more, which is going to bring more look to us. And also the fans that can't afford the pay-per-view will still get to see their boy win the title.
Yeah. All right.
That was kind of my thoughts on it.
That was a horrible thought process. I'm totally kidding. Probably my second favorite feud. My second favorite feud was HBK and Undertaker 2.
Yes.
Because the placebo song running up that hill to go with the emotion for
one of the best freaking promos I've ever seen.
Absolutely. So that's probably my second favorite.
Another one, speaking of Michaels, is Michaels and Flair. They're leading up to their WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
Was very
I
very
also enjoyed Rock and Chris Jericho.
Yes.
Very good. So yeah, definitely, those are some pretty good ones. So thank you for the question. Moving on, we have Nick saying,
"This is my favorite question I've ever seen."
Do you think it would be a good idea to make Zack Ryder's Internet Championship an official title and have it defended on Superstars since it's on WWE.com?
Yes, a resounding, emphatic yes. My God, if you can have a TV champ, why can't you have an Internet champ in this day and age?
There you go.
Well, there's some organizations that have Internet champions.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know.
Like
that.
what organizations, Tyler?
Like PWA, Booker T's organization.
Okay. I just wanted
smoke.
one. I wanted one.
And your boy was one of the champions.
Yes, he was.
Interesting. So I think, I don't know, it would depend on how much he carried the belt and stuff like that, because you don't want him to lose it to JTG or one of the Usos or whoever else is on Superstars. Interesting thing about Superstars, even though I think it's still being shown on TV in some other countries, I'm not going to name which one because I'm probably going to be very wrong on it.
Always.
But yeah. But
Cambodia.
But yeah, exactly. But most of the
watching
most of the superstars that are on the opening package for Superstars are not on Superstars.
I know.
Like they put Triple H,
Undertaker,
John Cena, Evan, like all. It's just like why?
But I think they should. I think if they were to do this is how I think they should do it.
Okay.
If they were to do it, I think they should do it. Since Zack Ryder made it up, he gets to be the first.
Yeah.
The first one, and he's starting to wrestle on Raw now.
Yeah.
I think that's the way they need to do it. Whoever's internet champion gets to start wrestling on Raw and start making a name for themselves on Raw.
Very interesting.
And then they when they make that full transition to the main roster, they drop the title to the next person in line to go up on Superstars. That'd be a good way
or if they lose, they have to go back to Superstars.
Have to go back to FCW.
They have to go back to Superstars as punishment. You have to open the show.
You have to job on Superstars. You don't even get an entrance.
You have to job to Primo. Nothing against Primo.
Primo Colada.
There you go. Long Island IZ and Primo Colada. I don't know why they broke those two up. They could have built those as a
They're
tag
perfect for each other.
Exactly. They had the gimmicks. Anywho,
No homo.
Thank you, Nick, for the question. Moving on, we have Bobby, and he asks, could you maybe every once in a few weeks have a fan on the show for a segment?
We'll think about it.
Yeah, that's something we definitely have to take into consideration. I think Tyler is completely all for it.
No!
A resounding maybe.
Didn't even get to fit for a sec. No.
Done. Next question.
I said show, and he was done.
Our next question is from Bob. No.
So I guess we'll have to say maybe on that one. We'll have to deliberate, but you never know.
We will talk. We will discuss it as a crew, and we will let you know. Send in your application to Wrestling News Source Podcast on Facebook.
What we could do is go to YouTube and make like a video displaying your talents as far as being on the show.
Yes,
and,
do that,
and
please.
We can select the winner. Like make like a minute, maybe minute or 2 minute discussion. Pick a topic or something. Pick a superstar. Pick something like that. We'll turn this into a little contest.
Or
Sounds good.
if you want to make a video of you on a unicycle juggling bullet pins that are on fire,
Dude, that's a little extreme.
we will definitely pick
That's
you.
what we could do once a month. Whoever we decide is the best one on our whoever is the best one, we'll post them on our YouTube account, and we will bring them on the show.
Or if you have a video of a talking cat saying mouse.
Mouse.
But let's go with that. Make like a 1 to 2 minute long video. Pick a topic or something like that, and discuss certain things going on in the wrestling world, and put it on our page or something like that, and we'll go through it and consider it. How about
Sounds
that?
good.
That sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. We'll go from there. Moving on into our YouTube comments. Go to YouTube and search WNS video altogether. Mr. Cyber Ginner? I don't know.
Tell us how to pronounce your name.
Cyber GINR. You have fun with that.
And learn how to spell.
They simply ask, do you see Shaquille O'Neal coming in as Raw GM? And also, will WWE continue to dim the lights for Sin Cara to hide potential errors? And he says, enjoying the show each week, bros. Keep up the sterling work.
Stop hiding. Stop dimming the lights to hide his potential errors. You're causing him to have more errors. The man can't freaking see.
He's already wearing a mask. He can't see.
I
as
know,
it is.
right? The man needs as much light as possible.
He's probably wearing 2 masks.
He has no peripherals.
This is what we have, like we said earlier about Sin Cara. Teach the man how to wrestle a little bit in America. Show him the ropes a little bit of a WWE ring with some of the people who've been in the WWE ring on television.
Yes.
And show him the ropes, and then put him back on TV in 3 or 4 weeks, and have him come back, and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Stop dimming the stupid lights. All you're doing is pissing us off because we can't freaking see on TV.
Yep.
No, do it right.
There you go. Thank you very much for the question, and please let us know how to pronounce your username.
Yeah,
so that
much
we can use
appreciated
it
if you do that.
Future questions or whatever like that. So submit your questions. Go to YouTube, search WNS Video. Go to Facebook, search WNS Podcast. You can find all of our information at WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, Wrestling News Source on iTunes.
At Wrestling News HQ for WrestlingNewsSource.com
WNS
on Twitter.
Podcast.
On Twitter as well.
You got it.
Yes.
But you cut me off, you douche.
I do what I want.
Mouse.
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy. You little Jimmy?
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a conspiracy is what it is. It's a bunch of bull is what it is. So thank you for tuning in. I'm Daniel Herron.
I'm Jordan Landry.
And I'm Tyler Aber.
We will catch you all next week.
That's right.
Mountaintop.